So this is essentially what you see
visual feedback.
when you
That way
first
you can see
download the
where
app.
I'm
These are our
tapping.
pre-built scenes. The ones with a black background behind the title are scenes. The ones with a green background here are task prompting pages. So I'll take you through both of those. Essentially, the difference is that a scene is kind of a free play page. So you've got one image, hotspots, and then you've got widget symbols at the bottom. As you tap on a hotspot, it will play a pre-made recording. As you tap on a widget symbol, it will also play a pre-made recording.
Watch out for your fingers.
You can also build in other things such as videos, and I'll take you through that in just a moment. The task prompting feature, the difference here is that rather than being a one page that you can interact with in any order, this, once you start playing it, it will play through in order.
Let's all read a story.
It will play each
Time for show and
part
tell.
of the page in a predefined order.
Working on writing
that
our
way
names.
you can go through and it will kind of take you through all the smaller steps within a larger task.
Nursery rhyme time.
And once you're done, it will just give you a task complete. So we'll go through that as well. And then we'll go through a few of the other different settings and different page types at the top. But the main purpose of Seen and Heard is for scenes. This is what we built originally. So to build yourself a new scene, you tap on the plus button, then you tap on scenes, and the image that you would like. So the purple is on the spot. And then once you click use photo, you can go through there. Just cancel that scene. The other images here, so you've got an orange image with a paintbrush. That's the drawing tool, which I'll take you through in a bit more detail as well in just a minute once I've set up another scene. The green button here, the green and blue button I should say, is to copy and paste a scene, so that if you tap on this, you can duplicate a scene here. So for example, if I want to make a slightly different cafe scene, you can do that. And that's particularly useful if you're wanting to set up a scene for two different people, and you want it to be very similar but not quite exactly the same. That will save you quite a lot of editing time. So here, the cafe number 2 is also listed here. And so you can make multiple scenes with the same background, say, or with a lot of the same hotspots, or with all the same widget symbols across the bottom. And if you copy and paste, then that will save you a bit of time in the long run, which is why we built that in. Then you can export it out to individual clients. The last one here is to choose from galleries. So if you choose here, you'll see all of the photos in your iPad. So for example, the photo that I've only just taken. And you can use that as a scene. So here we go. Just calling the scene office, and the first thing you need to do is set up a hotspot. If you tap in the middle of the hotspot, you can drag it around anywhere on the screen, so you can drag it over an image. If you want to make it a little bit smaller or a little bit bigger, you can do that as well. So here I'm just putting that there. If you tap on it once, you'll get these options here, edit or delete. If you tap on edit, it will give you all the adding in options. So a hotspot needs audio. That's the only thing that it's required. The rest of these options along the bottom here are those you can either add in if you want to, but you don't need to. The only thing that you need to have a scene is a background image and at least one hotspot. Everything else is an optional extra. If you want to record your own voice, you tap here. If you tap on it once, it may ask you the first time if you'd like to give access to Seen and Heard to use the microphone. You will need to give that permission, otherwise this will always record through as blank. Once you're done, you press stop. You've got a play button here so that you can hear yourself back. If you don't like the recording that you've made, you just press the microphone button again and give it another go and press stop, and then you can again press the play button to hear yourself back. If you press this back button, the one that's on the upper left corner of the right hand side of the screen, then it takes you back to options. If you don't want to record your own voice, you can just actually use the iOS voice, the inbuilt voice support of the iPad. So you can type out the message that you want to add in here. So, for example, this is the lamp. So if we just type that in, that will get read out by the iPad rather than playing the audio recording that I made of myself. You can also add in a video. The video will play after the audio has been played. All of the media plays in the order that you're seeing here. So first of all, when you tap on a hotspot, the audio plays, then a video plays, then the symbol shows up, and then it links you through to a new page. If you want to add a video, you can either choose from your iPad gallery of videos. So here we've got 16 videos of kind of a few different members of staff chatting, and I think there's a couple of previous presentations that we've given as well in there. Or if you want to take a video live, again, you can do that. You can only record up to a minute of video. That's just to save space on your iPad and to make sure that we can keep the quality high enough where you can really see the video. As soon as you want to start recording, tap on start recording, then stop recording, and it will automatically compress it and add it here. There's a small delete button at the top right if you want to remove the video. Alternatively, you can just record over it if you want to add a different video in. The scene and task link here is if you want to put it through to a different page, you just tap on the page you want to link through to, and it will get a little blue border. And again, you can, if you tap it once, it will set up a link. If you tap that same picture again, then it will remove the link. If you tap on a page to link it up, but then decide you'd rather link it up to a different page, you just tap on the new page that you'd rather link it up to, and it automatically removes the link from the original. I'm just going to leave this one as an empty one. It should automatically save, or give you the option to save as well. And that's a hotspot. Down the bottom here, you can also have symbols that automatically appear. You can have symbols that automatically appear and are just permanently available at the bottom of the page. The reason for that is just so that you can then tap them and interact with those as well. So that if you've got anything that's not represented in the image, but you still want to be able to use it for communication on the page, so it's relevant to everything else on the page, but there isn't actually any. It's not part of the image, then you can also have that and add that in as well. Once you're done with that, you just press save. It will get a little bar across the top that says saved successfully, and then it will automatically launch you into the page that you've just made. Just a quick note about the drawing tool here is that you can draw your own backgrounds, so that if you want to make your own image or make a composite image of other images or something like that, you can do that there. There we go. And then you can just set up a different brush and start drawing around it. So for example, if you want to make notes or if you want to add drawings, so I'm just writing light there, just as an annotation. This is an area where we will be adding it up adding to it. This is one of the newer features that we may improve upon as we work on newer updates. The next part is the task prompter. So this is if you want to take a task and rather than sorry, so if you want to take a task and split it down into smaller smaller actions and give a little instruction for each of those actions. So it's a way of letting someone do their own task, but still giving them an option to interact with the app, so that they've got that mix of kind of independence, but they've still got something very easy to understand, very accessible, that they can still use. Then you can do that. So here you've got the text. This is just the text instructions. So for example, if you wanted to go through the steps for making a cup of tea, you'd have fill the kettle with water as step 1. You can then choose various different images. So you could use kind of real life images. You could take a photograph of yourself doing all of the different steps. Otherwise, you can, if you don't have access to take photographs, or you don't have photographs already on your iPad to represent the steps, you can just add in widget symbols like this. You can choose different audio, so I'm just going to leave it as voice support, but you can, which would read out the instruction using the iOS voice. You can also record yourself doing that. Here, if you want to make a video of yourself carrying out the action, you can also do that. And this timer here is for timed actions. So for things like brushing your teeth, which you need to do for which you need to do for 2 minutes or something like that, you can build in a countdown clock, and it won't let you progress until the countdown clock is complete. You can also build in a scene link, so that if you want to link the task to a particular scene, you can do that as well. You just press save, and that will save this. If you tap back, you'll see that now in the task. But I don't think. Oh, sorry. Don't think. You can't import other symbol sets, but you can use your own images for the. So the next section of the app that I wanted to go through was the visual timetable. Now, the visual timetable is a calendar with each day color-coded, and you can add in different actions for different times. The other thing that you can do at the same time is you can schedule scenes to appear. So if you've got a relevant scene, you can schedule it to appear within the app. So say 11 o'clock every Monday is your art class, then you can force the art class scene open at 11 o'clock on a Monday, so that now if you tap on that, it will take you straight through to the correct scene. So the visual timetable is the little clock icon up the top here. Sorry, here we go. And the way to edit it is to tap the edit button at the top here. You then scroll through and find the time that you want to add. So let's say you want to add in lunchtime, and that's happening at 12:30 every day. So you tap on the 12 o'clock to 1 p.m. barrier, and then you just set up the time. Now, if for something like lunch, that's obviously happening on more than one day. So the way to change that is to just tap on day, and then tap it to tick all the days that you want it to appear to be changing. Then if you want to schedule a scene or task to appear, you can choose that here. If you just want to schedule a symbol, you can also do that. You can just search through symbols. At the moment here, you can't add your own images. You can literally only use the. So there we go. If you tap on those widget symbols, tapping, as I said, on a scene will take you through to that scene page. And that's the visual timetable. You can also edit and remove items from the visual timetable should your client's calendar change. So say they have a different schedule and their art class is no longer at 11 o'clock on Monday, but is now at 11 o'clock on a Thursday. Simply go into edit in the top right, so up there, tap on the scene you want to edit, click on edit, and go back. So that's just a quick and easy way. That's just a quick and easy way to set up a visual timetable. At the moment, you can't change the color of days. Again, the visual timetable is quite a new feature, so we've had a few different suggestions on how to change or improve it. That's certainly something that we've had before. That's something that the development team's aware of. So I suspect that if we are to update Seen and Heard, it's one of those things that we will be looking at to do, either not necessarily in the next update, but at some point it would be one of the things that we would pick up. Just a quick note about this is that if you want to change this library, so at the moment it's literally just laid out in the order that the scenes were made. But say you'd rather give priority to the scenes you've made yourself rather than the scenes that we made for you, which makes sense because obviously they'll be more personalized. The way to do that is to tap on this squiggly little button up here. The squiggly button will turn red, and all the scenes will start pulsing, and you just tap and hold on the scene you want to move, and then you just drag it into the place you want to move it to. And then you just tap on the squiggly red button again. Okay, let me just check my notes. I wanted to go through a communication book as well. So what the communication book is it's an alternative view, and it's also a way of exporting a lot of scenes to print a lot of scenes in one go. So if you just, for example, type the name of the person that you're making the communication book for, or say it's relating to school, you could call that school. If you tap here, you can take an image. Again, so this is either through the iPad's gallery, or you can take an image live on the spot. Not the most inspiring image, I'm afraid, but you just tap on Use Photo, just compress that image down, and use that in a second. There we go. And then you go to press the next button, and here you can choose all the different scenes you want to, or all the different pages you want to appear in your communication book. So say you want this page, this page, this page, this page, this page, and this page. Then you just press on the play button, and it will create a book made of all the pages that you've just added in. And if you if you just flick up from the bottom, or flick down from the top, you can move between pages without having to set up scene links. So this is really good for social storytelling, because you can you can take a bunch of photos, put them all in a sequence, and build hotspots into them. But you then don't have to link them all up, which can be a little bit time consuming in the editing process. Instead, you can just turn them into a communication book, which is nice and quick and easy. And then you can either remove the communication book or change the scenes the next day. So it's really good for if you wanted to make a diary of things that you've done throughout the day. You can just make a scene for each separate activity, and then put those all into one communication book. These hotspots will
Michael is
work.
too
So
short
if there's
to
any,
reach the bars
if
by
there's any voice in
himself.
them, or if there's any recording in them, then those will be played. That's the same for the cymbal.
I like to play on the swing. I like to go
down the
higher
side here
and
as well.
higher.